Welcome everyone here to the Smash Sports Show right here on Smash FM here on a Wednesday. Of course, let's go across to our friends over in WA, of course, been with the reigning champs in the C4 Women's Perth Football League competition. And of course, we got four very special guest joins right now to tell us a bit about it. Thanks all of you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
I'll get all you to introduce yourselves, and for the players in particular, what position you played on the field on grand final day.
I'm Tamara, so I'm the captain. So I've been captain for a couple of years now. Grand final day, I was meant to kick a few goals down forward, but I let Manny take over that one and show us a real gun. So yeah, I played down forward. So it was good to see us get the win down there. Manny?
Hi, I'm Manny. And I played mid up in the guts. No, in the center. Yeah. Jelly, go, please.
Hello, I'm Jelly. I was a part of the inaugural women's team for the Swan Valley. I've played many roles throughout that time, but for this year in the grand final, I played in the centre half back.
I'm Jono, and I'm the coach. I try to keep these ladies in line.
He'd call himself King Jono if he could.
King John.
And key word was try.
Tell us a bit about the season. And we obviously minus the grand final. We'll talk about the grand final in a moment.
I think maybe I'll start because I feel like preseason was tough in terms of numbers. I wasn't actually convinced we were going to get a team on the park, but Jono assured me that he had a strong 35 coming down. And with maybe 7 on a preseason track, I wasn't really convinced, but rock up round 1 and there were more than enough to choose from. So I think from a start of the season perspective, I wasn't very confident that we were going to go very far, but I mean, look at us now. Someone else?
Yeah, we definitely picked up numbers during the season. It helped from when our mothers that had babies last year came back and started running around. So we're definitely a family team. So in 17 years, I think we'll be even stronger with all those kids. But yeah, the girls kept on coming, and we have a pretty good family-friendly club, and I think that spreads and that's effective. Manny was new this year, so I think she's probably the best one to say what it was like coming from a different club into our one this year. But yeah, I agree. I was pretty apprehensive at the start of the season when Jono kept on saying there was 35 joining us. So I think we got to about 30. So he wasn't far off his numbers. But yeah, it was definitely good in the end that going grand final day, we had people pushing for spots. So unfortunately, a few had to miss out. So it definitely meant we had strong numbers throughout the season.
Yeah, absolutely. Being new to the club this season, me and my mate Macca came down from Basso. And we came to one preseason training and left training and sat in the car together, and immediately it was like, this is the club that we will be at this year. Jelly was one of the first people we spoke to after meeting Jelly. We knew instantly that it was where we wanted to be, and I'm glad that we stuck around because now we have a flag and it feels pretty bloody good.
There was 32 were my numbers that I had.
Oh, sorry, I missed by 2.
Just to throw that out there. And,
Let's check this spreadsheet.
Yeah, and there's still a couple of girls who didn't play a game, and we ended up with 29 officially getting us through the season, and all of them were qualified to play finals, and 29 were all available for picking for the team on grand final day. The season, so trying to teach the girls some structures and how to play the game. Round 1, I taught them or tried to teach them how to squeeze up the ground and defend the ground, and they were able to pick it up 10 minutes before we get out on the ground, and we just expanded there week after week and added some small bits and pieces here and there, and where to stand to get the football or give yourself a chance of getting the football. You still have to go and get it. And yeah, apart from, I think we played one terrible quarter all year. We had a couple that were below average, but we played
Questionable.
one real shocking quarter all year, which cost us a perfect season. But all in all, they're all eager to learn, and it was a good bunch to coach.
Now you versed Armadale in the grand final.
That's right.
How did you fare against Armadale throughout the season in the lead up to grand final? Even though I know you only lost one game.
So that was to them. And that was when we had that bad quarter, and he let us know about it, that it wasn't a great quarter. So during the season we were 1-1 with them. So we lost to them really early on. And I think it was just shows because we were still a pretty fresh team, had a lot of new faces, and we're still learning each other's game styles. And then they came to our home ground later in the season, and that's where we were able to beat them on our own deck and then into finals. So they were definitely a pretty strong competition. I think you guys would agree. Diverse.
Absolutely. I'm still sore.
Yeah, we earned that.
I haven't given out a lot of sprays in my 15 years of coaching, but that was probably up there with one of the best sprays I've ever delivered. And unfortunately, it was the girls were on the end of it.
I rated it.
It worked. It certainly worked.
And I wasn't playing, so I'm okay with it.
Of course, how convenient.
I
Yeah,
was
how
scared.
convenient.
I was slightly scared, and then slightly turned on. Kidding. It was.
Lucky I'm short. I could hide behind somebody else.
Hi,
Oh,
Nola.
So Nola is on our team
there.
as well. That's just coming to there.
Oh, there's many.
So my wife plays in the team as well. Well, she's Tamara's counterpart in the forward line. There was 3 what I call talls that rotated through the forward line.
There's nothing tall about them, though.
No.
There isn't. But
No.
to be fair, none of them are over 5'8", but their job was to create a contest in the forward line every single time, and that's what they did. If they didn't kick goals, it didn't matter because we had the smalls to do the work. But the girls all had a job to play. The niche about everyone playing their role was something that we pushed all year, and the expectations were not that one person wins the game. It's everyone doing the right thing and playing their part in the team, which is what they all did.
So, considering you won by about 5 goals, the scoreline was 11 scoring shots to 1 in that game. Was there any particular moment in the grand final that you felt comfortable enough knowing that you had the flag all wrapped up?
After what, sorry? Maddie?
after my goal, I was like, "No, we're done."
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, that goal was
At the
pretty
moment,
late.
I thought, that's it. We've done it. They can't come back
Yeah.
from here. We've done it. That's it.
Manny kicked the goal pretty late, and that probably did help and seal it. And then our cheer squad, we'll call them, the Green Army, kind of just started revving up and singing, and I think that's when they must have known. And it helped us kind of know. But it was pressure. Till that final siren, it was non-stop pressure. So I don't think anyone was really comfortable, you could say, until that siren went, because they didn't stop fighting either, and nor did we. And it was just, constant pressure, ball ups. It went back to old school female football kind of ways. And it stopped that free-flowingness a bit. But yeah, I would say when the siren went, personally, I could breathe a sigh of relief.
Even at 3/4 time, I didn't think we were, even though they had only kicked 1 point, I didn't think that we were in the bag. But when Manny kicked the goal, that was when I knew that we were home, and there's no way they were gonna kick 5 to win from that point.
Yeah.
Was it a relief or a celebration?
I think, maybe I could speak coming from being at the club for such a long time, and the adversity that we've had to go through to that point where it hasn't always been the easiest. I mean, last year, all we did was keep a team on the park, and there was 18 of us, and we were flogged every single week to within tears, right? We just had to get through. And for the girls that had been there from the beginning and that had to go through that, I think they were just so happy, so grateful for the girls like Manny and Macca for coming down, because they made such a huge difference, had such a massive impact on our team. There was so many emotions. And I think there was more emotions in the week before, 2 weeks before, when we won against Armidale, that actually we had made it to a grand final. That was the moment of relief and just tears. Everyone was just crying because we were just so grateful to have got to that point. And then to win the grand final just felt that we were just so elated, like just proud and grateful and just so much joy. And it's hard to it's hard to express it, but it felt incredible.
Yeah, I fully agree with what Jill said. For us, like, we've had a couple of hard seasons where, as you said, we did everything so we couldn't forfeit. And it's a good thing and a bad thing for women's football. It means it's growing, but it just means that there's more clubs getting involved and those players are going elsewhere. So you kind of got to fight to keep those girls at your team. And yeah, when you're getting flogged by 161 points, it's not fun. So yeah, it was probably happiness, relief, everything, because we had fought so much. I mean, I've been at the club for 4 of those years, and it's been a hard fought 4 years. And I've watched the girls for the 6 years they've been there. And yeah, it's happiness for them that have been there since day one. It's happiness for yourself, but sheer relief that, hey, we bloody did it as well. And we can actually say that, what we've been through is worth it, and that we are the first ever female premiers at that club. And that's pretty cool to still say now.
Manny, you got the best on ground in that game. Now, obviously, as you mentioned, you swapped from, of course, Basildon to obviously Swan Valley. What does that mean to you to come to Swan Valley and obviously playing an awesome performance?
Looking at it in comparison to Basildon, coming into a club that was as well established as Swan Valley, the girls have been around for quite some time. There were girls that had been there for many years, and I felt that admiration and appreciation that they had for the club from the get-go. It was almost like the girls ran the club and everyone was so respectful and beautiful and lovely, and getting to be a part of this team and winning a flag with them just means so much. And I've played at a few clubs. I've won premiers with other clubs, and this one just means the most, purely based on the notion that everyone was so happy and excited and grateful. There was an undertone of gratitude the entire time. The girls just were happy to be there and happy to play, and it was still is such an exciting time. I'm kind of not over that it's over, to be honest.
And she wasn't just the best on ground for the grand final. She was also best on ground for every event game that we played. So our breast cancer game, our NAIDOC game, our what other game? There's one more.
No, that was
Anzac
all.
game.
Yeah, Anzac was their third one.
Okay.
There you go.
And then runner up in the association.
Runner up in the
She had a
association. She got
pretty
picked there.
stellar
She
year.
should have won.
Yeah.
And
Helps
obviously
if you got a good coach.
and obviously got club best in Ferris as well a couple of days ago.
Okay, enough about me. Right?
The weapon.
Sorry,
Manny's
I had to add that bit in.
Manny's gonna need a bigger trophy cabinet.
Honestly, my neck is just in tatters.
Well, okay. Well, you actually got a fantastic segue. My next question, Manny, which I'm going to ask the rest of them. How long did you wear your medals around your necks for, and did any of you sleep with it? Be honest.
Yeah, Manny.
I mean, if going to bed at 4 a.m. the next day counts as sleeping in it, then sure.
Yes, it does.
It didn't come off the whole time. And then we put them back on for brunch the next day, which was
At the pub.
It was a tough, it was a tough time, but we were clinking around for sure.
Oh, you were clinking around.
Yeah, you're clinking.
Don't forget the following Saturday was Silly Saturday. They had them on then. And the following Saturday was also our awards night, and they all had them on then.
Also, the
And so did
PFL
you,
Awards
Mr. Johnson.
night.
Also the PFO, yes.
Oh yeah, and yeah, we had him on a bit actually. Why would you not?
So you also got presented with the flag as well on the day. Who got to hold the flag in the photo?
The two most important people, Bran
Was it the-
and Nola.
Fran Nola, wasn't it? Yeah. I
Yeah.
think
No.
Nola stole it out of me.
No, it was me and Tam held it first as the captain and coach.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Not
then
in
when
the
we took
photo.
when we took the group photo, Nola was standing next to me. So
If you
she
put your head down, you're in the background.
Yeah.
yeah.
Right there.
There it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, but always captain and coach for the flag
Yeah.
when you first receive it. Yep.
So what did that mean to both of you to hold that first, and especially, you know, made history by obviously first Premiership coach and first Premiership captain in the women's program?
Oh, it's amazing. For this club, and John will probably touch on it, like his family has been around this club for decades, and I've got connections with family, friends, and my uncle and that used to play. So to be able to say that the Swan Valley women's team has won a grand final, and we are a part of that, and it's not just me as a captain; it's 31 other girls, because I would be the 32nd, that all made a part of that team. But it's a pretty proud moment to say that I was the first ever captain. I've got to say it. I do like that ring to it sometimes, but not that I say it very often. And I know Jono is just as proud to be the coach. As I said, he's got massive family connections to the club as well. And both Nola and Jel were past captains as well. So I think everything that this team has done has allowed us to be able to stand up there very, very proudly. And yeah, it's immense proudness that I share. And it doesn't matter if you win a C4 premiership or B grade or whatever it is, it's still a premiership, and it doesn't matter what it is, but you love it and you're proud of what it brings.
I was probably more happy for the girls more so than me, because I know what they've been through over the years. I had spoken to obviously my assistant throughout the year, and I think I said, you know, if these girls listen to everything that listen to everything that I say and execute and whatnot, that they were a definite, they would clean up on grand final day and go well. And for them to play as good as they did on grand final day, you know, we started to play some real good footy towards the end of the year, and we built it up. And the second semi-final, we unloaded and played our best game for the year. And then in the grand final, we took it up another few notches. And even though we didn't score as much as we did in the second semi, the margin increased by another 8 points or 9 points, and the way we played went up another couple of notches as well. And they were on from the very first bounce to the last bounce on grand final day. So for them, I was more happy for them than personally, probably just because I'd seen what they've been through over the years.
I noticed in the team photo as well, and I think Tamara might have mentioned it as well in one of her answers. It seems to me it's such a family team. Obviously he's had a lot of the kids that's in the photo. What does that mean to have an official photo of the moment and to actually have the kids in the photo, in that official photo? What did that mean?
So before they answer that, there's a photo that was missed, and I'm so disappointed it didn't get taken. Any photographers just missed the moment. But I bought one of our midfielders off with 5 minutes to go in the second quarter, and she had to breastfeed her child on the bench in the middle of the grand final. And that just epitomises ladies football in today's world, where I went to send her back out and she said, I can't, I need another few minutes. Siren went, we went into the change rooms, she finished breastfeeding and then comes back and plays the game.
And she is one of our best players on that team. Like, she's elite.
But that's ladies football in a nutshell, where you walk into the change rooms and one of them, or in our case this year, there was two girls that would literally be breastfeeding in the middle of the game.
kids.
Yeah. So to have the kids in the photo just epitomises everything to do with ladies football.
Those particular kids in that photo behind us there, they have been at, I swear, every single training session that we have had, and every game this year. They're like our team. They're our team mascots. And we love that. Like, before that photo, we obviously, I think it was before the photo, we sang the song, as you do, because we won. And we had the kids in the middle. Like, that's just how it is. That's our club, and that's how we roll, and that's how it always will be.
The two kids beside me are my best friend's kids, Jaker and Marley, and watching them immerse themselves in the Valley this season. They were at Basso with us as well, and they were just obsessed. They would sing the song when we were at home. They would talk about the Valley constantly. They loved it there. It was getting to watch them fall in love with the Valley as much as I did was probably one of my top moments of this whole season. It's such a family orientated club, and not only is it so welcoming, but it's almost, they're put on a pedestal. Like, they're part of everything. They're a part of training. They're running around with us. They're taking what we're demonstrating, and they remember that. And I think that's really, really important, because it's fostering an environment for the future of young footballers, and it's one that I am really proud to say that I'm a part of, because the Valley really, really just implements such a beautiful culture in that.
Never thought I'd be an auntie to so many kids, to be fair, because none of those kids are mine. But Auntie Mara is everyone's auntie, apparently. But it is awesome. Like, as I said, they're not my kids, but they feel like they're a part of your family. Like, Jelly's got two little ones that have run around for 6 years at that club, and if she leaves, I don't think they'll know what to do. And that's anyone's. Like, Grant and Nola's kids have grown up at the Swan Valley Football Club under tables and running around and that. And it is a family-friendly club. I don't think you would find any other club that is probably that incorporated with children. And it's awesome to see.
I mentioned about the medals around the necks. I remember a couple of questions ago. Did any get a chance to? And we mentioned about the kids as well. Did any give your medal to the kids at any stage to wear it? And how long did they wear it around their necks for?
Yes. I gave, I don't know if you heard, I got 2 medals on Grand Final Day. But I did give Jager my best on ground medal, and he wore it all afternoon. And in fact, getting it back from him was a bit of an ordeal. It took a long time. He went missing because he didn't want the other medal. He wanted that medal because it was shiny. And then they went home. I got my medal back, and Mako was saying that she was picking up the kids from their fathers the next day. And the first thing their father said was, Jager's been talking about this really shiny medal that someone has. He would like it back. So I think I do have to give it back to him, because he really liked it. So
I meant to move. You put it on for a photo and get it back on your neck. That's what I did. I just left it out for the kids, and back it comes. Can't get attached for too long, Maddie.
So what does the sport of football mean to all of you, especially being there at Swan Valley? And I guess you've pretty much almost kind of answered it a couple of questions ago.
It means a lot, but I think for me, I look now at the kids who are younger, let's say 18, 19 years old, and the opportunities that they have in front of them. And as a 34-year-old woman, I really would love to be in their position and be able to do it all over again, given the opportunities that are available to them now. I feel like, holy smokes, they've got so much in front of them. There's so much opportunity, there's so much support, not only for women's football, but for all women's sport. And to be able to go back and do that now would be incredible. And while I would love to do that, I am so grateful that I have had the opportunity to play now. My husband played professional football for a long time, and I was always just kind of like that sideline wife, watching and admiring and wanting to participate, but not being able to because it wasn't an option. So given that Nola talked me into coming down and playing at the Valley, I am forever grateful. My initiation to football was quite frightening, but to this day, and as a mum as well, to be able to show my kids that you can have a career, work full time, and then still go and play a sport at, even if it is an amateur level, is an incredible thing to be able to show them and do. And so I'm just, I love it. I am going to miss it. And I've just really, really, really loved my time in football. I'm just forever grateful.
It's a good support network as well. The people you meet, it's a massive support network. You find forever friends there. And I totally agree. I wish I had those opportunities that, that were around 10, 20 years ago. I'm a bit older than Jelly, but I often think, gee, what could we have done differently? And I love it. You watch women's sport now growing massively. You watch the AFLW on TV, and they're getting like really good crowds now, and that's only going to keep growing. With now, a few years time, women's sport, you're going to be kicking goals like the guys. They're going to be more free flowing games. They're going away from that what we call pile up footy. I can't remember what we always call it, ducks to something. It's going to be like the skill set and what they're going, like they're starting so young these days that people will be talking about football, and that will be men's and women's. And I really hope that congested footy, thanks, Jono. I really do think that that's how it will be spoken about in the future, and I really believe that will happen. I mean, whoever thought like Daisy Thomas would go and coach at Geelong and come across the West Coast and have that much impact on like an AFLW side? And Perth talks about that like so much in the first game that they had, because let's be real, the Eagles sucked in that, but they had the biggest crowds that they had. So it only takes a couple of people to change someone's perspective. I can't say the word. So think that as it keeps going through, you will see the skills like, what Mac and Manny do on the field and keep driving those skill sets. Watch out for the little 8-year-old girl running around, because she'll be the next Nick Dacos or whatever it will be.
What will be your advice to people that should get involved in footy, especially heading down to Swan Valley?
Just take care of your body. It's not an easy sport. It's a very difficult sport, and it's pretty grueling on the body. And I think that you need to have the mindset that you acknowledge that, and once you get through that, you'll be right. Just take care. Can you tell I'm sore?
I also think that if you're thinking about it, then like just go down there and do it. Like a club like the Valley will be welcoming. It doesn't matter if you've never played a game of football. Like that's what we're all about. That's what amateur football is all about. As Jono said before, we had people on our team that had never picked up a football, and the clubs like Swan Valley, and there'll be clubs like us all around Australia. Like you will find friends that you never thought you'd find. So it's not just about what happens on a football field, it's everything else that comes with it. As I said, like I'm an auntie to 37 kids that I never thought I would have. You meet people that you don't realize you're going to be lifelong friends for. And do you know what? You pick up a sport that you didn't think you'd be able to play, and you might not be that great, but you know what? You'll have a bloody good time doing it with a great group of friends or girls that become your friends. And that's not just the girls, it's the guys that are at the club. We've got 3 guys teams that we do try to become one club. And the girls are normally the drunkest cheering them on when the league side hits the ground, and we all sit around and talk and cheer them on. But my thing was don't hesitate, just join. If you're shy, there's probably another 10 people that are shy and don't want to talk to anyone. That was me. If I didn't know one person on the team, I had a friend on the team, I probably still wouldn't have joined to this day. So yeah, I just say just jump in and do it. If you see a Facebook ad and that they need players, just do it. That'd be my biggest thing, is do it.
Also, to touch on that, if you think that you can't do it, that is a narrative that you can absolutely change 110%.
Sure.
I was told, how many years ago now? I don't know what year it is. COVID has really ruined my time frame. But I was told that I won't ever play footy again after I had back surgery, and specifically told by a doctor, you won't. Your footy career is over. And it was for many years. And then I decided to train and try and go back, and now I'm sitting here talking to you about our flag. So if you think that you can't, or you have apprehension or any barriers stopping you, it's all about mindset, and change it, and you will work wonders with it. I promise you that.
Even if it's not playing the game, go down to the club and do something else. Like, everyone needs volunteers. Be a water girl. Like, we had a pregnant water runner all year because she couldn't play the game. Like, if you don't really want to play, like, there's so many jobs that there is there, and you become still a part of the team. Like, they're the 3 girls in behind Jono's shoulders that are running water. Like, they are just as much a part of the team that anyone else. So yeah, that would be my thing, is once again, just do it.
We are going to finish with a couple of lighthearted questions. I know we've got a little bit over time. The first one is, who's the comedian, the best singer, the best dancer on the team?
Oh, it depends who you ask. It definitely depends on who you ask.
I'm definitely the funniest.
Oh, you're definitely not. I haven't heard you actually tell a joke yet, Nola.
They're not for here. I'll have to tell them later.
And as for the singing, it depends on how drunk they are too.
Manny can sing opera though, so I mean...
Oh yes, Manny can sing opera, and that's not drunk. So we'll go with Manny then. Oh,
we had this exact question when you interviewed us at Basso, and you nearly made me opera sing for you. I'm not.
Yes, I remember that. I do remember that.
oh, come on, try and get it to do it again.
I feel like Jelly's pretty good at dancing in the change room.
I've seen Jelly
yeah.
or two. I've seen her at stories late at night having
My dad jokes are by far the best.
Oh no!
Actually,
no.
This guy, and do you always looks for approval? He's like,
yeah, no, sorry, Jono.
That's so
disagree.
Good. No, I vote Jono.
I don't think we gave you any answers then. To be fair,
look,
we're all a bunch of comedians.
If you saw our group chat, you'd know I was by far the funniest.
Oh, when he decides to show
don't
up.
say bugger all in the group chat, mate.
I'm validating it.
He doesn't need validation.
Stop! His head's not fitting in the frame anymore.
Wow. Good nicknames in the team we should know about?
Manny is Caitlin, if anyone's been wondering who is this Manny we're talking about. But of those other naughty nicknames, don't know. Who does have nicknames?
Kelsey's got Lando.
Oh, Lando.
Yeah. So yeah,
Haley got nicknamed the Angry Ant because she's rather feisty on the field.
Yeah,
the Angry Ant. I think I called her that in one of the speeches and said, "Oh, the little angry ant." And I think that might have been against Baldivis, and that one stuck, and her name got changed in the chat for that one.
She gave away a few 50s because of her angry self.
She's 18, loves the hard ball, and she's just as fiery as they come.
Yeah. Renee has we call her the Ren
Rhino.
Fan. She likes to do and Rhino. So the Armadale girls called her Rhino, thinking it was going to annoy her, but she actually embraced it. No, she's Ren Fan. So she does some Dusty Martins across the field in the last few years, so she loves them.
The Ren Fend.
Ren Fan.
No, I was just about to say, I think that's about all of them. Every other one is pretty generic.
Yeah, Jelly's name isn't actually Jelly, it's Jayella, so we call her Jelly.
Not Jelly? Oh,
Jelly.
I'm just finding this out now.
Just now?
I didn't
Also,
My
realise-
dad's
happy
nickname
birthday,
too is
Jelly.
Kelly.
Wait,
I
Well,
forgot to
thank
say
you.
happy birthday.
wait, you mean your name's Caitlin?
Yeah, I didn't even realise your name was Caitlin
Who
till
the hell
round
is
8.
who's Caitlin?
Yeah, Shane, we had 3 games left of the season. 3 games left, and one of the boys' players told me about a conversation that they had where they were like, "What's Manny's name?" And they said, "I don't know, Emmanuel." They thought my name was Emmanuel.
That's gold.
That
A-
was at the bachelor.
a male Spanish name.
Oh my god. You know what I'm gonna call you now? Emmanuel.
Brilliant. So, Ole.
I like
I was
it.
gonna say, it's on record now.
It is.
Good one, Baz.
Do either of you have a pre-game superstition or ritual or routine?
Well, Jelly definitely does. Jelly, ask Jelly. This one's taken
No,
over.
it doesn't need to be live broadcasted tomorrow. Talk to Manny says is probably much more appropriate.
Not it's the same as yours.
Does this involve nerves and upset tummies?
Yes.
Wow. And the toilet?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
actually have, we often have a count. And so,
That Jelly started.
and everyone just adds to it.
So that's why we're getting new change rooms, because there's too much happening in our change rooms at our club.
Oh,
Please cut this section out. Nobody
yeah,
needs to know about this.
absolutely not.
But no superstitions from me.
No,
I,
but I do like to have a banana before a game.
That quickly exits.
Yeah, no, I don't think anyone really has
John,
superstitions, do they?
I would say just again generic things like I don't know about you girl, and you wouldn't notice, but I always put like my left sock on, right sock, then left boot, right boot. And when we go into the change rooms, we always, and especially the home change rooms, we always sit in the same spot. Like I've got my
Yeah.
spot.
Yeah, we do
Jelly's
have
got her
spots.
spot, and
To
that
be-
sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, totally agree with that. But to be fair, Knowles, we wouldn't be able to see what socks you put on because you're normally an hour late
That's
to the
true.
game. Got you there. But no, that's true with the change room thing. Like everyone sits in their same spot. I never thought about that, but yeah, you're right.
Yes.
Okay.
And Jono has to have a coffee. Actually, that's like even at 9 o'clock at night, he has to have his coffee for training. But yeah, no, I think it'd just be general superstitions.
Yeah, well, I didn't
And he
wanna
has
be like
coloured
Jelly.
socks on. Hey?
Yes, I always wear my
Where are they?
my funky socks.
Cheap magnet socks.
I've
I'll
got
go get one.
I've got a very good sock collection that I wear every single day, and some of them are to support cancer or other bits and pieces, and 4 pairs I bought because I went and umpired a game in Stirling, and the president's wife was trying to raise some money, so went and bought 4 pairs. But they've always got to be some sort of funky sock. I can't go to a game or training sometimes without the socks on. There's one of them.
These are
Ooh.
his lucky socks. So he wore these during this season and wore them on grand final day, and they haven't lost.
Did you wash them?
I didn't know that.
They're
Nor
definitely
did
washed.
I. Okay, just checking.
Yep, definitely washed.
Yep.
There you go. So the biggest superstitious man is the coach.
Yeah, socks, lucky socks.
Well, thank you so much for getting up some of your time to join us. Congratulations on winning the C4 Premiership. Well deserved, and hopefully there's more premierships come down to the Valley very, very soon.
Thank you for staying
Thanks
up
for having us.
in this with
Thanks,
us.
Will.
No worries. And of course,
you,
you
Will.
want to get down to Swan Valley, of course, the home of the C4 champions. Of course, we'll put all the details up on how you can get down there and get involved in 2025. There's more on the Smash Sport Show right after this. Don't go away here on the 10th year celebration.